Three, two, one. Here we go. All right. Welcome to Headless WordPress Live. That's what we're doing. All right. Let me bring my friends on. Do it. There. Look at that. We have friends.
Oh,
There they are. I can't, now that I have, can I hide my video? Hide self view. There we go. But now y'all are so lit.
Yeah.
I can't make this bigger. Unless I do, like, make one of you bigger than whoever's talking. Well, we definitely need to probably look into other software than Zoom and me sharing.
Yeah, there's one. I sent one around. I forget what it was, but
yeah. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, so what are we doing? Some people asked, let's look in here. There were some comments. Dominique is going to have a beer. That sounds good. maybe towards the end I'll do some drinking and coding. Never goes well. Let's see, where is the... Some people suggested something earlier. Oh, here we go. Owen wanted infinite scrolling on blogs, but he's not joining until later, he told me. So maybe get around to that.
I just covered that too, actually, on my Headless WP Rocks video. My last one was pagination, and I did infinite scroll as part of it.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. I didn't even say this, but we have another person joining us today. We've got
Hello.
Kellen Mace. He's joined the DevRel team here at WP Engine. Welcome aboard.
welcome.
Thank you. Happy to
And
be
then if you are a podcast listener, which hopefully you are, if you're watching the live stream, definitely listen to the podcast. But Kellen is on there. We all do a little intro, learn about what we've done, who we are. Let's see here. The best way for making a header nav menu editable with WordPress. On-page live filtering. That can be done with search and filter for WordPress. Optimizing for SEO. We did a whole session on SEO and Shopify and stuff at React Summit, a workshop that should be live soon-ish. My talk at React Summit is live, so you can go check that out. But we should have our workshop live where we use this cool React component that Will created, React Yoast SEO. Is that right? What is it called? Something like that.
Yeah, let me
React.
figure out what it's actually called. I'm pretty sure that's what I called it. Don't even
React
know what I called
Headless
it.
Yoast. Is that right? It's weird.
Yeah.
You named it. This is it. It's React Headless Yoast in NPM, but then the repo is, I know it is that.
Repo is React Headless Yoast.
Okay, yeah. I must have seen something else. I thought I saw like React Headless SEO or whatever. But anyways, if you go check out this React component, and then you pair that up with pulling the Yoast data out of WordPress via GraphQL, you can just dump that into this component and it does all the magic of getting it on your screen. So that's pretty cool. And
Well, it doesn't get it on the screen. It gets it into the HTML, right?
Well, into the... Yes. Thank you for the technicality. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
Yep. All right. So, one of the things that I've been wanting to do to this site, even though nobody's asked that, is like a Twitter integration. Which I thought would be cool, but it's not really headless related. I mean, you're building a headless site, but it'd be cool if you could do a Twitter integration and have that work with the auth. So like log into Twitter and have that link up to your WordPress account. I don't know how aggressive that is.
It's probably doable in a couple hours.
So we would log in. You would come in here, or you'd go to the site. Let me run this thing. I've had people ask about the authentication, so we could do that. Like, let you log in.
Yeah, but that's the. Are they talking about logging into WordPress, or are they talking about
like being on your site and having a login button so that people could do stuff authenticated? More than just previews, but like you could log in and have a profile and
I've gotten that request from a lot of people.
Maybe let's do that first before we do Twitter. We'll just do like allow you to log in, create an account and log in.
Sure. So are you going to do the OAuth like flow that the Headless framework uses, or something else?
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll I guess we should have a profile that they can edit. So you have a WordPress profile, right? Like your name, your avatar, or like your profile image. Like you should be able to log in and like edit that, like as first step, right?
Yeah.
And if you can do that, then you can pretty much infer like the rest of it is like you use that access token to make whatever GraphQL call you need to. It's authenticated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all you would need to be able to do is use the same login functionality that you can through the framework. And then if we want to go that route, you could also use like application passwords or something, but I'm not as familiar with that.
We can use the framework for sure.
Yeah, and then I don't know about creating accounts, but we could do it where if you already had an account, you could log in and then edit a profile.
Yeah. Kellen, do you know about the creating accounts?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I covered that in on my YouTube channel, the video where I go through that run through history application I created.
Okay.
Yeah, there is like a sign up page where the user fills in, types in some info, and as long as the like allow new users to register box is checked in the WordPress admin, then it allows the register user mutation to complete.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people ask for this.
Adds them.
So there's a register mutation already.
What'd you say, Matt?
You said there's a register mutation already for you?
Yep, there is.
Oh, sweet. Well, let's do that.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's just do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I've had several people ask for this, so sounds like a fun one. If one of you can like post the link,
and then we can make
there,
that Twitter list infinitely scrolling, and we can add like a bunch of Twitter people or something, and that'll satisfy anyone's infinite scrolling needs.
We have 2 users. We'll add a new one. Oh,
doxing.
I don't know if I should. I don't know.
We're very good at doxing on this channel.
I know.
Hey, Kellen, what's your address?
Yeah, what's your social? Number? If you could
put this in here.
Share that with me.
Oh, well, it's...
Your website is Headless WP Rocks, is that right?
Headless WP .rocks.
Right.
I got the rocks TLD.
Mm-hmm.
I can Slack you a link if that's helpful too.
I got you. All right.
Yeah, we need to figure out on this YouTube channel where like Kellen and I can post links to the chat, because every time you try to post a link in the chat, it just doesn't work.
Really?
I don't know.
Maybe we can just do it in the. Maybe we can just do it in the Slack channel.
All right.
I
put a link in the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
I could do Slack instead if that's better. Whatever.
Well, that's if you're sharing a link with the people watching. Nobody else is on the Zoom.
Right.
Yeah, we could create a channel in the Headless Slack, and then we could do everything through there if we wanted to.
Just call it live, and then anything we do live, people can join. And
yeah, I sent you a link to my my sign up form. if any of that's helpful. I have the GraphQL mutation all typed out there.
Okay.
And such.
All right. Yeah. So what do I need to do in WordPress to make this work?
So if you go to settings, general, there's one checkbox that says allow new users
anyone
to register.
can register.
Anyone
There it
can
is.
register.
Default role.
Yeah. So
is that right? Subscriber.
Yep. So anybody who gets
Administrator.
added, yeah,
Administrator.
as whatever.
Just sign up.
Probably not the best
Do
plan.
it all.
Yeah. So
Put your plugin in there.
All right, and then there's mutation over here.
Yeah.
And it's what, register something?
It is
Register
user.
Create
user.
your register user.
Sweet. Register user. All right.
Probably want to put in a name,
Yeah, what do we want them to put in?
username, email, at least.
Yeah, where's last name, first name, username, email? That's probably good enough, right? Why not password?
If they do that, is WordPress going to automatically like generate a password and then they have to go reset it? Because that would be ideal. We don't want to force them to input a password.
Yeah, let me remember.
I don't even know if that will work because we have the theme in there that's doing the redirects. So
Right.
It's a good question. But I think it does the password reset through WP admin.
Yeah,
and we'll just send the ID back.
I think you can.
We'll give it a shot. Let's just give it a shot and see what happens.
Yeah, I think you can specify the password right here, like all in one shot. You can set a password, but if you don't, then it just assigns them a random one, and they have to go through the reset flow.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll just have them send it through.
Okay.
So we want to do the variables thing, right? So or is this is it dollar username?
It's it should be dollar username.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Ooh, dog is barking.
Yeah, you're good. Beauty.
And they're all strings.
You're gonna want to, yeah, probably. You're gonna want to know. You're gonna double check, but I guess we can try a registration here and see what happens.
Oh, what'd you say?
Like, hopefully they're all string types, but
Oh yeah,
we'll see.
They are those ones. Yep.
all right. That look good.
And I would say on line 4, maybe also grab the database ID. So ID is fine, and then also just database. There you go.
All right.
That'll give us the user ID in WordPress.
Yeah, Francis, Matt made a bunch of new covalent shirts, but he's still not sending one to you.
Oh man.
You like that purple? We gotta get a store up. I think Fran could like support the entire company. He'd buy so many shirts. All right. Okay. We'll take this beauty. All right, what are we gonna do? So should we just do login first or go ahead and do register? Or? Probably have login.
Either.
Let's do
Either
login.
or.
All right, we will do login. What did we do here? Oh yeah, we created an API. We haven't been in here in 2 weeks. I'm like, what does this site do? I guess that for anybody who hasn't been paying attention, this is the site which you can go to follow a dev. You can come on here. What we've done so far is we have a list of developers that have Twitter accounts. You can like filter them by clicking around, which is cool. You can go submit somebody. So this uses Gravity Forms. So you can submit a developer to end up on the site. We've added some people who have submitted. I think this guy, Alan Montgomery, he watched React Summit. We got Kellen in here.
Sweet.
Look at this. Fran the man.
Oh, Fran got in there.
Fran made it. Made the cut. Yeah, so, and we got this light dart mode. Pretty cool. So now we're just keep adding functionality to this, doing more WordPress stuff till this thing becomes like a, who knows?
Wait, Matt, you're missing COBOL and Fortran up
Yeah.
there.
I have to keep fixing that because somebody keeps trolling me. Get trolled by my peers a lot lately, but it's fine. It's fine.
And Pick Basic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
You could probably do.
You
something
learn about
fun
that
like,
on the podcast coming up.
You could probably do something fun like pull the languages from GitHub, like everything,
Like all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, every language anywhere. Filter it down.
It'd be interesting if someone connected their GitHub and you could somehow go out to GitHub and pull languages that are in use on repositories.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know if that's even possible.
Why can't we GitHub and then it search through all the repos and figure out what languages are?
Yeah.
That's a good way to get access to everybody's GitHub. That's like a... You got to just come connect your GitHub account. Don't worry. And just give us access to all repos. All right, I'm going to create a new folder for auth and then put the pages in here. So we'll have login, register. Go ahead and create these.
Are we going to use Formic this time, or are we going to go in and just create all our own forms?
We'll just do it.
Okay.
I've already been down this route. Might as well keep going. Login. Let's get these pages up real quick. All right. Cool. I think something happened. It's on here. There it is. We need a layout. Whoops. I don't remember anything about how we were doing the CSS or anything, but we will figure it out.
We were using modules, weren't we?
Yeah, yeah. I still remember like the layout and everything. What happened there? I should have gotten something, right? Oh, I did that to the register one, not the login. About to storm like crazy here. I think my car's gonna get totally ruined. Gonna hail again. Yeah, destroyed last time. There we go. All right, cool. We got a login page. Got some formatting. All right, so for login, we just need should we just log in with an email? Do we need a username actually? We don't need it.
Yeah. You
Well,
can,
so
you can log in with either one. So you can,
oh, okay.
But what I typically, for like modern apps, usually it's like your username and email are one and the same. So you can do that in WordPress. You can just, when we go to register the user, we can just ask the user for an email and then pass that in for both
okay.
the username and the email. And then when they log in, they just use the email and it works either way.
Right.
Yeah. The other option we have, right, is to do this with the plugin. And so we redirect them to WordPress to log in and they come back or something.
Oh yeah.
True.
Actually, yeah,
True.
that is what we're going to do. Whoops.
Yes. So we don't even do a page like that.
Yeah.
we don't
I think it
even
would
need
be,
a page.
I think it would be valuable for future videos to do other kinds of auth, beyond OAuth. But yeah, if for this app we're doing OAuth, then
We just already
both.
have it all set up. So.
Yeah, probably login you don't even need then, right?
Yeah, we only need a register.
Yeah.
So then we need a profile page then.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go and I'll just put it out here then. All right, we won't do the login. I'll leave it in there. Maybe we'll do it if we have time. So on here, they should be able to edit. I'm not going to let them change their password because that's a little stream. They can,
I mean, this might end up being a case where you could do login from here because we're also registering here. And so they're not necessarily direct contributors to WordPress so much as we're using WordPress to manage users. So then they don't need to know that their user is a WordPress user, right?
Right.
What's the profile page for?
So you can edit your name, upload a picture.
Yes. So for that part of it, don't we need to, they still need a token, right?
Yes.
So
Yes. But what I'm saying is like when we register, we're going to register a WordPress user. We could do login the same way, right? And then you get the token, but we do it from this side instead of sending them to WordPress because they don't know when they register, they're not registering a WordPress user, like that technically is what's happening, but that to the user, it doesn't appear that way.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense for people who are logging in and like editing a blog, but maybe not for like your users.
Yeah, like they're just registering for a site.
Right.
The site is follow a dev. They're not like registering to be a WordPress contributor for that site, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how it's any different though, if like whether or not they're going to
from the
be publishing blog posts.
I think it's like it's a developer. It's like a developer experience type thing, right? So if you're or a user experience, if you are for previews, it makes sense. You have a bunch of people who are contributors to your blog, like publishers and stuff, and they want to be able to preview on your headless site. So the way the framework works is it like redirects you back to WordPress to log in. You log in there, then you get directed back to the front end. Yep. And that makes sense because that's the flow they're used to. They're used to like being in WordPress and editing things.
Right.
But in this case, we just have a public site that on the surface, you don't even know that it's using WordPress, right? And when you go to register, it's also on the front end. So you don't even know that it's behind the scenes registering a WordPress user. So then it would be weird to then go to log in and it like throws you over to WordPress to log in and then takes you back.
Yeah. And you don't even know you're really on a WordPress site at that point.
I agree with all that. Yeah. That's why I think, like I said, in future videos, I think it'd be valuable to do like auth using WordPress's native cookies. You can update the cores.
Yeah.
So that you can do that even from a subdomain or whatever. So that'd be a cool video, or using the JWT auth plugin that WP GraphQL has. Like that could be cool.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying here is like, we don't even need to use the OAuth here if we don't want to. We could use something like JWT auth.
I got you. Now I'm with you. Yeah, we absolutely could.
Because we're logging in from the front end side. Like the framework, the way the framework does the headless OAuth is like kind of provides a good experience for someone who is a contributor to the site, the WordPress side of things.
Right.
Yeah, like
But if you're just like add users to your site, it makes sense to do it an easier way and not have to do all the redirects.
Not
right.
send them to the back end. Yeah. I agree. Oh, this will be fun, man. I think we might get into the weeds a bit with cores.
Yeah, maybe
stuff.
we're not gonna do that right now. Let's do the OAuth thing because I just realized like getting a token back is gonna be a pain.
It depends how far you want to go with security. So using the JWT auth plugin, it would be very easy if we want to throw it in local storage, right? But if we want to like raise the bar on security and have an HTTP only cookie that's inaccessible by JavaScript, now all of a sudden you have to get into core settings.
We don't have to do that for sure. Local storage is
we're
fine.
not doing that.
All right.
We could also store it in, if this is a Next app, right? We could store it in a cookie in Next. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Francis, you're right. JWT stands for JSON Ball Web Tokens.
Correct.
Drink.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just do the login first then. But no, well, the login should already work. We just need to register then, and then do the redirect.
We need to register.
Yeah.
So if they go to the profile page, we need to do the whole like redirect thing if there's no token.
If we're doing OAuth, then yeah.
If we're doing OAuth, what we're talking about here is like, it's all going to be on the headless site. So you need to treat this, if you're thinking about the user experience, you want to treat this like it's not even a WordPress backend. It's just whatever your API is. And if you're doing that, then we can use WP GraphQL's like the JWT auth plugin to do authentication.
All right. Yeah. What's the plugin? Where is it? Boom. This thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at all those.
And so then we can store the JOT or whatever in the cookie or in local storage or wherever we want to on the front end.
Do I have to do it, download it, or is it out there for me to get?
It's not on the .org repo.
It's not.
So
okay.
I would just clone it down into your.
Got it. Yeah, I'll just pull it down like this.
Okay.
All right. And that the only thing that I need, or do I need something else?
That's it. You do have to do a little light configuration though. You have to set up a secret. So if you go back to the README, back on the repo, you'll see in the README, it just talks about setting a server-side secret that's used to generate the JWT tokens.
You might do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it somewhere else.
when you put in the secret.
Maybe.
Yep.
Don't give that away.
There's two ways to specify it. I would just go for the defining the constant. That's the easier. So go up a little, right there. The define statement. Yeah.
Oh, I make it up. And I do this where?
You can throw it in
just
the
put in your
wp-config.php.
Oh man. I have to get to the box. I don't have all that set up, man.
Hold on.
I think you can just do it in the theme.
Yeah, I think you can just do it.
I'm just gonna do it there.
That's fine. Probably fine. Yeah.
I don't have SSH on or anything. Not really wanting to configure all that right now. I think we might have made that even hard though. Yeah, I think because our plugin isn't on, I can't even see the theme. I need to deactivate it for a second.
Yeah, just deactivate it, edit, and then activate again.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, no one can see this right now, but I'm trying to put the secret in.
I don't believe you.
I'm
Prove
I'm
Prove
trying
it.
to figure
Screenshot
out what
of the secret,
I'm
or
doing.
you're not doing it.
I'm like, where is functions.php? That's what I'm looking for, right?
Yeah.
In the theme. That should work, yeah.
Well, wait. That should be fine. Where is? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oof. As you can tell, I'm very well versed in WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
Is this backend local or it's on the web somewhere?
What's that?
This
is
WordPress
live.
backend, is it local or it's on? It's live.
No, it's
on the
live.
web, right?
Yeah, if it was local, that would make this a lot easier.
Right.
You just need to set up SSH or FTP.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's another whole process I don't want to do.
Well, it's already set up. You just need to like set it up on your computer, right?
Right. I mean, I all right, cool. Something. All right, I have it in there now. Okay.
Beautiful.
But now I need that to be an environment variable or something, right?
Yeah. Well, wait,
not the
no.
secret.
No, I
No,
don't
not
need
the
it.
secret.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. All right. So now
No, that's what you need when you're doing when you're using the headless plugin, because you're doing authentication through the back end, and
Right.
and you're doing it with the plugin, which wants a secret. But
right. Yeah.
that's when you're exchanging the auth code for a auth token.
Tyler. There's a way to SSH in. I just don't have it set up, so I just didn't. I'm not worried. Like, I'm taking the shortcut. I don't want everyone to watch me do SSH over the. That's not interesting. All right. That's set up. Now we want to be able to log in and get the token back, right?
Yeah.
So is there a mutation for that or what?
There is.
Tyler, the only person who uses Squarespace is Babish, I think.
How do I pull up the left-hand thing once I close it?
That's a good question.
Explorer. Yeah.
Oh, login right there. All right, cool.
So, do you need this client mutation ID, Kellen?
Let's just
Do you know?
log in using input.
I believe that was deprecated recently.
Okay.
That used to be just a UUID, unique identifier that you had to do for every mutation. It's
Yeah, it
like
would tie multiple mutations together or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was used to differentiate. If you had if you had a root operation with like two of them, it could distinguish which is which or something. But I believe Jason did some wizardry on the server where now it's not even a requirement. So let's try it without. It'll yell at us if it's still required.
All right, we're gonna register first because I do the SSO thing and I don't even know my password for WordPress.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so we need to register a user.
Galls. We pull in.
Dominique asked if Atlas had some file manager or something, and it does not. Well, so Atlas spins up a WordPress site for you, and that WordPress site that it spins up has SFTP enabled. So what Matt could have done is gone and created an SFTP user and then used some client to access the files. as far as I know, there's no like web editor, file editor. Could be wrong.
Not that I know of. All right. Now I need to register. All right, so I need a form. Did I create some CSS over here? I had to have over here somewhere. And the gravity form.
Yeah. Will, WordPress does have its own plugin editor.
Yeah. There is a plugin that you can install to do it, right?
Which is somewhat frightening.
Yeah.
Well, even core WordPress, you just go to plugins, hover on plugins, and then go to plugin editor. It allows you to make direct edits to the plugin, which is kind of terrifying. Like a lot of places just shut that off to prevent mistakes. But yeah, if that's enabled, I guess that would have been another way.
How do we do styles for all this stuff?
And likewise, there's a theme editor too.
That's funny. You click it and it's like, heads up. You appear to be making direct edits to your plugin in the WordPress dashboard. We recommend that you don't.
This is bad.
Right. And I've seen
have fun.
I've seen arguments over the years, people saying like we should strip this out. It encourages, bad practices. But yeah,
well,
I think it is.
Now that you mention it, I don't know if it's on WordPress, but I've done something similar to this on like other platforms, like maybe Shopify or things, where somebody maybe somebody pays for a site, right? An agency comes in, builds the site for you, and then years go by and you don't even talk to the agency anymore. And then somebody comes in and has to make a change to it and doesn't have access to the code and like doesn't have, and maybe the code is like minified or something and they just need to make a quick addition. And that's probably a good use of it here if you want to do that way.
Yeah, as a developer, it kind of makes you cringe thinking about like, but any tweak you make is outside of version control. Like you could just easily be lost, right? But yeah, I think there are a lot of people out there. It's the little, very low traffic mom and pop shop where for them it's, it's a convenient thing to be able to change it, and maybe their host has like automatic rollbacks and stuff where they don't care about.
You'd be surprised how much code lives outside of version control. Especially when you're in consulting. I've been into many large organizations where you go in and you're looking at some legacy project and they have a ton of database code and you're like, hey, so does this live in any version control? And they're like, oh no, I just go into Management Studio and make the change. And you're kind of like, okay. They have backups and stuff, but you don't know what was in those backups and all kinds of things. So you'll just be like, oh, so somebody can just go in, apply a change to the database, and then you're just going to have to know to go back to some version because you don't have any comment about what was going on at the time or anything like that.
Yep.
That exists and it happens all too often. But yeah, I think it's probably fine for like those mom and pop shops where they might have, you might have your son or daughter come in and like randomly edit something on your site.
Yep.
Okay. What'd I do? What did I break?
You're querying something.
Where? I didn't do anything.
You didn't re-enable. Did you re-enable the plugin? It seemed like there was an issue there.
Oh,
that was
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a... Oh, well.
What?
It showed the secret for a split second.
Oh, yeah. Maybe after the live stream, we can go ahead
Every
and
time.
swap that out.
Every time, man.
Yeah,
Or right now.
I think Matt ends up doing it every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he doesn't do it, I'll sit here during the live stream and go and hack into that thing. And all of a sudden, Matt is a COBOL coder.
I actually can't get back into the site now.
What do you mean?
Can you get into the WordPress site? I'm seeing a white screen.
Let me see. Shouldn't have edited that plugin.
I don't know if that
that secret you dropped in, were we missing a semicolon or anything like that?
Oh my. Well, no, but I was clicking around in there. I added the plugin. It didn't break until I
saved.
Enabled our plugin back on.
Okay, let me see.
Can you try to fix that while I work on this?
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm on the site. Like if I'm added to, I know I'm added to it, but I don't even know if I'm like, if you added me.
Yeah, you're on it.
Yeah, but I don't think you added my
the
WP engine, so you got to. Yeah, but you have to give me a real access to it. I think I'm just like a WordPress user.
Is this WP Developer Hub?
No.
Oh, which site is it? Where's the backend live?
That's what I'm talking about. It's like Twitter dev or something like that. Follow it.
Oh, okay. I don't have it. I don't think.
Oh, you don't have it? You're not on it? Let me go add you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you're on it though, for sure.
Yes, but I think you just added me as a user. You didn't add my WP Engine account. So I can't get to the WP Engine, or maybe I can.
I gotcha. All right, hang on. I just added Kellen. Oh yeah, you're not on it. What the heck? All right, I'm adding you. All right. Now you should see.
And I can get to it, by the way, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you can get to it? What?
Follow a dev.
Oh, you can get to WP admin for it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Mine is just doing this. Nothing. Oh, now I'm in. Okay. Don't know what was going on there. All right. Building this form out. Let's see. And this in the gravity form thing, we didn't. Oh, I guess the label does it. All right, I'm gonna grab those.
You didn't do what?
I'm just gonna grab these labels. All right. That was like, find it. All right, yeah, there we go. That's looking better. Set this D. All right, then we want a button, which is register. Bam. Cool. We're gonna need a register function. I might need one for validate passwords or something. Then I need a state. So
yeah, for the validate passwords, are you gonna do any, client-side validation to make sure it has?
I'm gonna, yeah, I'll do a couple checks, like it needs to be a certain length or something.
Yeah.
You should use type equals email. You can also use type equals password and all those things.
I did do type equals password, but not email. All right. And then I need to create a type, like a profile type here. And it has a guess all of these are optional. All right, is that all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, email. All right, cool. And now just put that in here.
And you could probably exclude username if you want to use the email as their username,
Right. Yeah, I don't need that. That's true.
Yeah, because then all we need to do is when our mutation gets fired off, just pass that in twice,
Right.
Once for username and then once for email.
Makes sense. All right, so this has nothing. Now I need to add on changes to all of this.
Yeah.
This is the one part about React I would say is less than desirable.
Yeah, this is why at the beginning of the last stream, I was like, we should just use Formic. And now we're like going deep into forms.
I have, I dropped, I don't know how much copy and pasting you want to do, Matt, but I dropped into the Zoom chat and our Slack chat.
Yes,
the like sign in and then sign in and sign up forms I did. So I do validation check for like if the password is a certain length.
All right, I'll grab some of that.
And then also the third link I put there is how to add the JWT auth header via Apollo client. So when our requests get sent, that header comes along for the ride to authenticate the user. So we'll need that when we get to the profile stuff.
Right. I want to grab this type input.
Oh, it's change event handler input element.
I'm trying to do something fancy here, so I don't have to write this thing for all of them. So I should be able to grab like e dot Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to do. What does it tell me? Oh, it supposedly has an any type.
Do we need to cast that maybe? Like e.target.name or something?
I mean,
ensure it's a string maybe.
It can't figure out that. I mean, I just have to cast this whole thing, but I don't want to. What's the right way?
Just
you could
just
do all
at the
inline,
after profile, do a comma and then do square bracket e.target.name : e.target.value.
I made the same thing, right? Oh, why does that not complain though? Seems like the same thing.
No, it's because TypeScript has already defined the type. And then, well, you might want to do this afterwards, right? Because I'm not even sure what this update profile is doing, but like, well, then it's, if you do it first, then the profile is going to overwrite.
Yeah.
Is that
every time. So you need to do it after.
All right. And then we just do set profile.
And then you could go back to const. Not that it matters too much, but
yeah.
But yeah, you could do either.
Yeah. That should work, right? So now I can just make all of these be.
That looks good, yep. Because they're all strings, should be golden.
Bam.
Instead of a on click on the button, we should probably do an on submit on the form.
Right.
In case somebody tabs to it and hits enter.
Yeah, and you need to do the prevent default.
Oh yeah. Right.
I gotta type it.
Needs to be a react.change event handler of HTML form element. Yeah, form event handler.
All right. I'm not gonna do that yet. Let's make sure this is working. I'm not getting an error. That's good. That means it's probably working. Actually, I can add something here. Like if I wanted to test this, I'd usually do something like now I can just type in here and there it is. Working. All right. Awesome. So what we did here, this is kind of like a little hack, I guess. We basically copy the profile over that's in the state and then overwrite whatever value is being passed in. So since we named all these inputs the same as the property name, we're able to overwrite it without having to actually check it or anything like that. So,
nice and clean.
Nice and clean. So here we want to call this first if not validate passwords. And then we'll do if profile password not, they're not the same, obviously that's a problem.
You might want to have like a couple alerts or something.
Yeah.
Like a list of messages you can.
Yeah. Yeah. At this point in some of the apps I build, I feel very torn because I know like in functional programming, right, you want like functions to do one thing and do it well. But right here,
Yep.
it's like, well, I want to return
Yeah.
false so that my, registration halts, but I also want to set some state so that I let the user know what went wrong, right? Did the passwords not match or whatever?
Yeah.
So I usually end up just doing both. Like I'll toggle some state to tell what went wrong, and then also bail out with return false.
What you can do is you can just return, you can return whatever, like a message or an array of messages. And if you don't return anything, then you assume.
It's successful. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart too. Yeah.
You do that. I'll just do it this way. I gotta have this anyways for it to do something.
Although when you do that, you'll get like a lot of times if you're using ESLint, it'll yell at you like, you need to have a consistent return type, and you return an array here, but you might return undefined, and then you have to go and say like, oh, ignore it for this function.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
How did we do the little we added something here.
For what?
I'm gonna add this here, and then I need a. How do we do the error on the gravity forms? I just want to do it the same way.
Oh, I see.
But I don't remember. Oh, we did it here.
Yeah, this is where we were kind of rebuilding Formic. Just gonna throw that out there.
It's fun to build it yourself, man.
Will, do you like Formic? I'm picking up on on something.
I actually don't, and I don't like forms in React, but like we're about to redo it. Like that's it's kind of like
forms are so polarizing too. So many people are like, React final form, that's it. Other people, Formic. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care one way or another. What I don't particularly enjoy is like reinventing the wheel for. It's one thing if like you're gonna have like one form on your site, it's gonna be a contact form. I don't feel like you need to include Formic, but if we're now gonna have like 3 different pages of forms.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. And then once you
one more boilerplate
use it, you'll just be able to take advantage of errors and schema validation and whatever you want.
Right.
Why is this not submitting?
No, is it not?
On submit register. Do I need to use an input here instead of button? Button should work.
No, button is fine.
Are you like console logging something inside of the register function? Or what are you doing there?
You need to put the trusty console.log here.
This part. It should. Oh, they do equal. Never mind.
Yeah, they equal because
that would be
empty. You need to do some light password validation.
Right, but I just want to see. It's still not working though. Let me just console log.
Oh, you don't even call it. You're not calling validate passwords. You're just saying if not validate passwords.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Whoops. There. Okay.
Beautiful. There we go.
Good.
Hey, one other point of consideration here. I don't know how like robust we want to make this, but
it's a live site, man.
There are 4 different errors you could get back when you do this mutation. One is two of them have to do with username. So if the username is invalid in some way, you'll get one of two error messages. And then the other two that comes back are for the password being invalid. So for this form, we could just assume like if the person throws in their email, it's probably fine. We'll just send it to the server, you know.
But the server sends back messages, right? So it sends back a standard thing that we could translate into our error messages if we wanted to do that.
Right.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah. So Mike,
that's probably better.
I don't want to try to like do it, like validate with the server before. We should just submit it and catch the errors. Right.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So
unless there's like a negative effect to that, I guess.
No.
All right. So then here, we need to do some type of like length check.
I guess I'd say the negative effect would be someone can just spam your API.
Oh, man. This is problematic.
Yeah,
these actually can't be undefined.
No, they can be.
Oh, yeah, but
you just need to make the check that password exists.
Yeah, I still have to do that. Yeah. But we know it's there.
Yeah, I mean, but just put some checks at the top. Be like, if there's no password, say there's no password or something. You never know what someone might end up trying to hack into your HTML to try to change something.
We need to do set error right there too, don't we, Matt?
Yeah, I'd say set error.
There is no password.
You need a password.
Right, but it's
because that will work if it's empty.
But
that will work if the password's empty as well.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
So I mean, this would be like an empty password, and you can say the same thing. You can say it needs to be greater than 8 characters or whatever.
Yeah. So now I can say.
Now we're getting into login form or registration form user experience, because you're going to say password is required. Then they're going to put in a common 6-character password, and then you're going to say password must be at least 8 characters. And then they're going to put in 8 characters, and then you're going to say password needs to contain one of these symbols. And then they're going to put in a symbol, and it's going to be like, oh well, it can't contain this other symbol.
My passwords don't match, and then no, okay. I think that's good enough for now. I'm not gonna do the regets and everything. If you want it, like, it's not that secure. There's nothing that somebody would get from you.
Yeah, and they'll get the browser's own validation on the email field because we added the type, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Cool. If we want to get fancy, we could even do the autocomplete stuff, you know, to tell the browser this represents an email. So if they're using LastPass or whatever, it'll fill it.
We also can add required here.
Yep. Good point.
Yeah, most of those. I mean, those are really nice for user experience for people who are like interested in doing the right thing in here. But you can always like get around them, right?
Yep. Yep. And I think for those power users too, if they use, you know, LastPass or one of these type things, and so those autocompletes are in there, then it just throws them right in for the user.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a setting you have to set, right? Because I think a lot of the password managers stopped doing that by default because I can just throw you in an iframe and then steal your Facebook information or something.
Very good point.
I don't even need to do this.
I think LastPass had like a big issue with that a few years back.
All right. Now
not validate passwords.
Now we want to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably need to validate the email too, just to make sure it exists. Because my guess is the bare minimum you need is email and password.
It'll already do that.
Okay, we're just gonna trust. That's fine.
Well, no, it'll tell me.
Yeah.
That it's wrong.
That's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Ready for the mutation?
All right. But the mutation, we can't use the use mutation because that's a hook. So we need to grab the client from the framework, right?
No, wait, you can use
that?
mutation.
Can I?
It returns a value that you can then use and call it whenever you want.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like it's like set state, right? So you call use mutation with your query only, not the data. And then it will return a function that allows you to pass in the data. It'll return an array actually. And the first value is a function that you can call and pass in the data you want. And the second values are like, some state information to allow you to say like this is loading or if there are errors or whatever.
What's the first thing I got to give it though?
You only give it the query.
Just the GQL tagged template literal for the query. That's all you need.
Yeah. And then it returns an array just like set state, right?
Usually these return a
It is an array in this case.
It returns a tuple.
A tuple.
Yeah, it returns a tuple, and the first value in the tuple is a function.
All right, so you get the data and then the variables.
Yeah, and then the usual.
So the first value is a function. The next value is like the stuff that gets returned.
Yeah.
So like that, and then
yeah, but it's an array. It's a tuple. It's a tuple, not an object.
There, that looks good. Yeah.
And then the second value,
object.
Yeah, data has data. Local,
wrap that in an object.
And stuff.
And then do data, loading, error. I think we'll need those three.
Yeah, so loading, you can show some progress. Error is just
it's singular. Yeah, sure.
It's not like
it doesn't. Oh, because you have another block scoped variable called error.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Call it like form error or something. Yeah, error message.
All right.
There we go.
Now we just want to do.
I think WordPress does its own validation on the. Dominique asks, can you rely enough on browser validation for email address? Older versions don't support it, I suppose, or will WordPress deny a malformed value? I'm pretty sure WordPress does its own form validation on the stuff you send in, and it can send back errors. So you can rely on that. But personally, I like to do front-end validation in addition to that because that's all client-side, and it just makes it so that you don't even make a query to your server unless you know that something's going to go through.
Yeah.
But yes, like older browsers, I can go and use an older browser, and it's not even going to respect like input type email or things like that. Like I'll be able to just put in whatever I want. Eventually that's not going to be an issue, and we're kind of like almost there, but it is still an issue, and it'll be an issue if someone wants to like try to hack into your site. But for those people, I guess WordPress does its own validation, so it's probably fine.
Oh, this is where I get all this stuff. Do I want to grab it here, or do I want to grab it here? Yeah. I don't need it here.
Yeah, so you go. I've written apps both of these ways, Matt. So one is like I've done what you're doing, where you await the response right there.
Oh, I see.
And then immediately after, you can make some decisions about if there's data versus error.
Right.
Another option is you can not await it. You can just fire off.
Yeah, it just updates state every time there's
and then inside of like a use effect, you can say was something submitted and is there data available, do one thing, or if there's an error, do another.
I think it's easier to read if we just do it inline. So we check errors, right? Well, these come back as okay, yeah.
So then you won't. I guess you still take advantage of loading. That's right. You're going to be in this weird state here where it does update state.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. Yeah, let's just grab the loading.
Yeah.
At least. So that way, that won't happen though, I don't think.
It will.
I think you'll need those other ones. You'll need error. Otherwise, we can't get any of our server-side errors.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well have errors here. Or error.
Yeah, error. And then data. Do we need data? Because we're what are we asking for back? Just like the ID.
Actually, it is kind of easier to do to just not await. Actually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you just don't really need to await here, because the only thing you need to make sure you're doing is while it's loading, they can't submit the form.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably want to like duplicate that in your on submit just in case.
Yeah, in case it somehow gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, floating return.
Cool. And then when it comes back and we see that we have a, well, I guess we can do the error first. So
yeah, so if there is data coming back, we want to like auto log them in and then get the JWT and store it if we can.
How does this error look?
It's error dot message.
Oh, there we go.
Will be a string.
Boom.
And like I said, there are 4 possible messages. So we might need to throw a few conditionals in here to see if it's the message that says invalid username, show one thing. If it's invalid password, show another. One interesting factoid too, when this mutation runs, WP GraphQL and the underlying WordPress function it uses, it looks for an @ symbol to distinguish between, like, if it thinks the user passed in an @ symbol, it'll assume it's an email and like return one error message. But if it doesn't have an @ symbol, it'll assume that it's like a username and return a different error message. But yeah, the code I linked has like 4 different conditionals for each of the messages if you want to grab those.
And then we need a success message too, right?
Yeah, for success, I think we could do if data dot login is truthy. Like if we got some data back, then we know we were successful.
Is that what that's what it will come back as? Data dot login.
Yeah.
This is register, right? So it sends something else back, right?
Will it be?
Oh, you're right.
User. It's data.register user.
Thank you. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong form.
Yeah, because that's going to be the value that comes back.
You're right. Yep.
Is it possible to get WP GraphQL to send back a JWT in that?
Yeah, that would be
register.
Nice. Or can you only get that?
That's really what you want, because then you can just store that, and now they're logged in.
Right. So like over here. Where does the JWT live? Oh, JWT auth token.
Nice. Oh, it does refresh token too.
There we go. Whoops.
So you're going to need to get the token, the refresh token, and the expiration. Although I feel like you don't really want all this. Well, I guess client side is fine.
All right. So that should give me that. Then when this comes back, I need to save those in local storage or somewhere.
Yeah.
So now I do want to wait on this.
No. It comes back as data.
Yeah, it's all inside of there.
Well, right, but I'd rather just have it happen once.
You just you do that by redirecting them somewhere once data .register user exists or whatever.
Well, I was going to show success messages like thanks for registering or something, but
yeah, well, you can do that too, and then you can make the form unsubmittable, and then you can time out for like 3 seconds or 5 seconds or something, and then redirect them to some page, like to their profile.
So that should be like that. That'll prevent.
It would be data.register user. Well, maybe data. Maybe if it just exists. I don't know. I don't even know. We'll figure it out.
Don't you need to add a bang also to make it falsy?
Yeah.
Because they're saying if it's loading or no data.
Oh yeah, if it's not.
Or wait, no. It's disabled.
No, it's disabled if there is data.
There is data.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because then you're successful.
Yeah.
Got it.
Dominique asks, can you explain when we want to use await or not? So what we decided here is this use mutation hook returns loading data and error. So down here, when we're actually registering, we're not going to await. We're just going to fire it off and then wait for this stuff to populate. You could make this async, which is what I was going to do. And then we would want to await it and get the value out. You could add await here now. But we're choosing to just use the hook data instead of grabbing it from whenever we make the mutation. But you could do it either way. I'm starting to think the other way might be easier, but
yeah, I've done it both ways.
But Will, what are you saying? Like this way, the best way would be to like
you could check if they're. I mean, it's already going to be disabled, right? And you want to make sure you check that in the on submit as well. But if there is data, you could just set a timeout and redirect them if you wanted to show a success message.
Right. I'll just say and then you're saying, but when do I decide to set a timeout though?
I would probably do a use effect and then do it in there so that they could potentially have navigated in the time that it took, and then you don't want to call it.
Right. How do I navigate in next?
It's a good question. You can probably just push state, do a history.push state or something.
Does that play well with Next?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
It does have a navigate function.
We need to save the tokens to local storage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just use router and you can do router.navigate.
But I need to save to local storage too though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should mention too, for like maximum security, you set this using a HTTP only cookie, because the way we're doing it right now, if we save it to a regular cookie or in local storage, theoretically there could be some npm package or something in the progress in the project that would reach into a cookie or local storage and grab our tokens. The chances are probably extremely slim, and for this app, you could argue, we don't care if that possibility exists. Right. But yeah, just something to note, like for your apps, if you're building software for a bank or whatever, something like that, then you'd probably want to go HTTP only cookie.
Yep.
I'm gonna hope this works. All right, and then here you think just send push.
I would call use router. Do next use router.
Yeah, that's right.
And just do it the next way. Maybe you go to profile.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
And in here, you want to return a function that lets you know if they navigated, because if they navigate on their own, then you don't want to do this in the set timeout,
Yeah.
So just return a function, have some variable that you set, and then check the variable in set timeout. Or like you can actually get the cancel timeout and you can cancel it in the or the whatever it's called, the timer. Yeah, you're gonna have to like pull that out of the if statement.
Do what?
It's gonna be clear timeout and cancel, but cancel will have to be defined like at the top.
Oh yeah. Oh, what is it actually?
It's a Node.js.timer, I think.
Oh, Node.js.
Or timeout, yeah.
All right, cool. That look right?
Yeah. Go back to your local storage. So what are we storing? Let me just see. Both.
Oh, the other thing is on submit too.
Oh, refresh. Yeah, okay.
In on submit, you want to make sure that you're not, if data exists, you're not submitting the form. So it's if loading or data dot register user or something.
I don't think they'll be able to, but yeah. All right.
Looks good.
Seem good? We ready to try it out?
Yeah. Do you want to test that out? I think one of the last remaining pieces, I think, is server errors. Handling those, right?
Yeah.
Server errors?
We did handle those, right? We're doing the message, showing the message. I mean, we're not actually handling, we're just like putting the message.
I got it. We're just displaying it. Yeah, no, that'll work. Sure.
All right. Test.test.com. Test.
We're definitely going to get one of those errors.
Boom.
Username of required type string was not provided.
Oh, you need to pass in username and email, right? Like email as username.
Right.
So when you're making, probably just when you're making the request. Yeah, then do username.
So not there. We don't need it there. There's an easier way than doing it there, Matt. I would just send through the variables, and then in your GQL tag template literal above, just accept one argument. So only accept email coming in here. Yeah, and then use that in two places.
Yeah,
good
nice.
Call.
Yep, exactly like that.
All right.
Nice. I love it when it's clean.
Wait, how did I end up? This must have been wait, did I end up here somehow? Or was this a different? Oh no. Wait, what? That wasn't it.
No, you probably ended up redirecting.
Yeah, I think the timeout still happened.
There's probably data. There's probably a bunch of.
Yeah, I don't know if checking for data is good enough. I usually do data ? Dot and then whatever the mutation name is.
Yeah, like
But-
you make sure that there's no random data returned.
Yeah, 'cause data
register
might
user, right?
exist. Exactly. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, I got to change that everywhere now.
That it may not be the issue, but you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess our other option would be just add a little helper at the top, right? It says like submitted successfully equals whatever that thing.
What are you saying?
We're past that.
Oh, I was just saying,
we're
yeah.
past that stage.
Instead of putting this in a few places, we could just assign it to a variable at the top called
right, yeah.
successfully submitted or whatever.
Mhm.
But this works great. Either way, this is looking real nice.
Yeah. Well, let's see if that was the issue. Test.
So when this errors, let's just like pause here before we go click back and see what happens.
Registration complete.
Oh, great. It likes test. That seems
3, 2, 1.
cool.
Boom.
Ooh.
Nice. I love it.
It worked.
Okay, so now we need to do something that is going to fail, right? Like what is going to fail?
I can try to register test again.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Oh wow, it comes back as wait, that's weird.
Oh, it comes back.
How did this happen though?
Comes back as HTML.
It's your server error, yeah.
But it raised an error. What threw this error though?
A promise through an error. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Interesting. Why would they do that if they send back error? That doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
But how would it can't do that here?
Yeah.
So we're catching that error somewhere else. Next is like catching it at a global level, I bet. That's what's happening. So it's catching unhandled promises or something. So you have and this isn't going to work either. You have to await this or it won't get into that try
right, yeah.
catch.
Never mind. I don't have to do this. I can just do a catch.
Yeah.
I don't even have to do anything.
I don't know if this is enough, but it might be.
Well, we're about to find out.
Usually I pass in a no op.
What's
so we need to do
what's a no op in
empty
JavaScript?
function.
Empty function. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, it's still
Runtime error.
Yeah. Try actually passing in a function into there.
What do you say?
Into that catch. Try actually passing a function into the catch. Just an empty function.
Maybe you
can log it.
Console log, right. See if it gets hit.
And the other thing is you're going to want to do like a dangerously set inner HTML, I guess, on the error.
Our favorite.
You guys ever use HTML React parser?
Yeah, it just
I've seen it. I've
dangerously
never
sets
used it.
HTML. Wow, that worked for some reason.
That's what I use for stuff like this. You just give it strings and it parses it into
part of
React nodes.
It doesn't parse it though.
It ends up using
Dangerously set HTML.
dangerously set inner HTML at the very end.
Yeah.
But that is kind of
what do you mean at the end? Does it try to converted other ways.
Yeah, I believe it
fallback.
tries to do other things, and then at some point it does. It like can't parse it any further,
Right.
and then it does dangerously set inner HTML.
It's the escape hatch or whatever. Last resort. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure.
I looked at it because everybody thinks that this is actually dangerous, and it's not. But it does try to check it for like injections before it does it. So that's the only like advantage. But we know where this is coming from. So
yeah.
But there is, I mean, jQuery, it's like jQuery doesn't use inner HTML. They go and they actually parse through and create all the DOM elements and do everything. And then at the end, it does like a text content or something.
Okay.
But in React, I'm pretty sure that it attempts to do a lot of that, and then it just sets inner HTML.
Oh. What?
Nice.
Actually put strong in there?
Strong.
Strong.
Why did it do that? Oh, because it's actually escaped.
Yeah. You probably need to do a decode URI component or something.
Yeah.
Or you could look at my code where I have all 4 cases handled.
Kellen, welcome to the show where we suggest Matt do things and then he ignores them until the point at which it's too far gone. And then he decides, oh, I should have done that like an hour ago.
Hey, go either way, man. Mine, when I was wiring this stuff, similar stuff up, I just looked on the server to see like what are the possible error messages.
Right.
I found that there are 4. So in my app, I just checked to see like, does string contain invalid username? If so, then I know what to show just show this thing. So I don't even actually show the error messages that came back from the server. I show my own text based on the 4 messages that came back. But ideally, we would be able to just show the errors.
I mean, we can just show it. It's just you just keep running into more things that you forgot to do.
Gotta get the encoding decoding shenanigans down. Come on.
That didn't work. Why didn't that work? That's right, Will?
With decode URI component. Yeah, but I don't know what the encoding is. There's I don't even know. You need to get like the actual string that comes down and then test it.
Well, we saw what it looks like. It's got the ampersand, whatever stuff in it. That's not URI component though. That's something else.
It's not.
That's what is it?
Escape. It's escape. I'm pretty sure, and then you do unescape or something. I think it's unescape, maybe. I can't even remember now. It's been so long since I actually did this.
And maybe it's unescape. Let's see. Yeah, unescape. Wow.
All right, it's gonna work. Feel it.
Strong, man.
Oh, it's really strong. What
How's that library looking now?
It looks right though. Why is it not setting it?
HTML React parser looking pretty good right about now. Looking real nice.
Looking real nice. That's true. Why is it doing that?
So I've seen, for doing this kind of thing, I've seen hacks where you you do document.create element, create a text element, and you set the inner HTML of that to the string, and then you read back the value. I don't like that, right? Because then you're adding random DOM elements to the page.
Did you log the string? Did I miss you logging the string?
You want me to just log it?
Yeah, just log the value and see what it is.
Oh, here it is. It's right here. I mean, it looks. I mean, it decodes it. The strong.
So you could probably just copy that and then the console right here, try a bunch of different unescape decode, a bunch of different functions to see.
But the decode is actually working. Like it is working, but it's not actually setting it as inner HTML.
Yeah, I think what's going on is because the whole thing isn't like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
There's an idea. Yeah, wrap it.
I think it's because part of it is
pretty
just
sure
text,
it's decode URI.
It's making
component.
it a text node instead of inner HTML.
I'm pretty sure you just want to use decode URI component too. Like I don't think that unescape is not a standard. It's just in browsers.
Still didn't work. But it did fine with the P element, but then the rest of it is string. That's very bizarre.
Yeah. So it must be a string.
Is it wrapped in a... I don't know. Why is that?
I wonder if there's like some Unicode in there or something.
Like some kind of weird character.
Yeah, or if it's a string in a string.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're getting back a string whose value is a string. Is like quotes. Starts with quotes.
I'll try this.
3 hours later.
Oh, man.
Error message.
I'm sure this is what everybody wanted to learn today, but how to escape properly. All right, what error? What did it show? So this is it. That's very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. Like, what is happening? Or is it just not counting strong? I don't know. Like, that should still work. Because it does the paragraph just fine.
Yeah, I wonder if it just doesn't know what strong is. That seems so weird. It's just dangerously set inner HTML sets inner HTML.
Right, yeah. So it should
it doesn't
set it. I'm going to try something real quick. This is like, we've gone too far at this point, but. All right. So now let me grab this. Is it HTML?
Yeah. You're going to have to make that a string.
Now it worked.
So what'd you do?
I mean, I just like did it from
JavaScript.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
So it works, but something about dangerously set.
That can't be right because I used strong.
Something weird is going on. Hang on a second. Let's do, I'm going to try this. Oh, that needs it. All right. So
Did it not work? I was checking something.
well, I want to log like what happens after the escaping. I'm just curious what. Where's that other log? Yeah, I need to kill that thing. It's driving me crazy. All right.
You could also try just like copy and pasting the text and putting it like hard coding it in there and seeing what happens.
Right, and to see if it is a strong issue.
It's not, but I don't know what is the problem.
This time it didn't.
Yeah, because you're not unescaping it. Where are you?
No, I did.
Or
Right
you're not
here.
decoding. Oh, you are? Oh, okay. Yeah, so try to take that string in the browser.
This one?
And now, yeah, now run some stuff on it to see what, like do decode URI component.
Oh, so that doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It's just not
exactly.
doing it. Oh. Okay, well that at least makes me feel better, but why isn't it working?
At this point, do you want to try that npm package? Or otherwise, what we could do is just trim. You could just trim off the front of the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Extract the front of the string and just show the rest of it.
Right. Well, now I know
So
what the
probably-
issue is. It's just not unescaping it. It's
Right.
just weird that it showed up that way after.
Right. Do we think there's a non-hacky way to do this? Like other than
I'm pretty sure there's a function that does it. Do you know, Will? You find it?
Yeah, somehow I'm like totally blocked on this, and I've done it so many times before.
Oh, there's an npm package to do this. An entire npm package. That can't be what you need.
You have to decode it.
I did.
No, you have to decode it with like by creating an element and then filling in the child nodes and then getting the value back. Pretty sure.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, but that always seems. I always try to avoid that. Right?
Yeah,
it seems hacky to
bad.
add random
Yeah.
nodes. That's why I opt.
That's what
Sorry,
people
go
are
ahead.
saying.
That's what it is. But you could just I'd say the easiest way to do it is to like do a regular expression, find the first colon or maybe split on colon, and then just show the second half of it.
Right.
Or you just do this.
Dot replace. No. Just split it on colon, take the second half and use that. Because it'll have a colon. It gives you the error.
I mean,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but
Yeah, that's what I would do. And then wrap it in trim.
Yeah.
You'll get a space after the colon.
all right, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
And then you don't
that looks
need
good.
any of this. Then you don't need any
I
of
don't
this.
even
You
need
just
any of this. Yeah.
We're settling for this.
Man, I can't believe this is where we
ship
ended
it.
up.
Ship it. We could even add our own little strong error thing right before it if you
Yeah,
want.
exactly.
The user will never know the difference.
Also, if you were to npm install that package that does it, I'm sure the package just goes in, sets the child nodes, and
You think so?
calls it a day.
I'm sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, fine. What did I?
Yeah, really what you should have just done is the split right here and then be done with it, but that's okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So one.
And I would just do a pop. You could just do a pop.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Or yeah, it's a pop. Yeah. That way, if it isn't there, you'll get it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So one usability thing, because we're displaying the exact message we get back, it does say this username is already registered instead of email. But like, do we care? Does the person know?
Oh, right. Yeah.
What you're saying.
I mean, presumably these are developers filling out this form. So like,
You could just say, yeah. That's true. And you just keep adding them, you know? You just keep adding them as they come up.
Boom, this email is already registered. Yeah, so this is the thing I was mentioning where if it includes an @ symbol, it'll show a one error message that says this email is registered, but if it doesn't see the @ symbol, you'll get username coming back.
Right.
Great.
This does the trick though, man.
That, wow. Coding.
Thing of beauty.
Coding.
All right, now took 3 hours.
Let's let everybody register now. Let's see what we get.
How many developers does it take to create a registration form?
3. All right. It's deploying to Atlas. So everyone, you're going to have to go to the URL to go register. So
yeah, follow.dev.
Definitely don't use any of your passwords for your banks or
if you've been watching, I would do something that you do not care about. Use an email that you never use and use a password that you've never used in your life.
Yes. That.
Choose an email of someone who you would like to hack.
Choose an email of your favorite enemy.
Your arch nemesis.
Your arch nemesis.
Matt at mattlanders.com.
Oh my God. Thanks. Thank you for that. Hey, look, we have our JWTs in here too. And it looks like there is an issue because they're the same. Oh, no, they're not. Wow, they're the same long way through though.
Yeah, but that's because it's a JWT and it is storing the JWT in the JWT.
Yeah. I love how long the JWTs are. They're
JWT inception.
Yeah, Fran, if you could use your social, that'd be great. Maybe tack on your birthday and your address. All right, so that should show up. It's at auth/register if we want to get some people trying to register once it pops onto Atlas. I guess we need...
Okay, so now we need to fill out the profile page, right?
Yeah, we need a login page where you click login, and then on that page there's a link to go register. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do login first. Okay.
I think we need to go to the profile page and link your Gravatar. And then...
Yeah. If you add your Gravatar to that email address, it'll just show up. So
yeah.
That's how you're going to do that. All right. Let's see. So I need to bring in... I'm just going to bring in the same style sheet.
Tyler.
Heary. Get her on there. Email password. And then we need a button. Then down here, should just have a register button right next to it, or have a link. Probably have a link.
Yeah, you just do a next link to the register page.
Yeah. Yeah, I always like to stick them on both pages, just like already have an account, question mark, send you this way, or otherwise on the other, need to register. So they point to each other.
Yes.
All right, so now we go to auth/login. Great. I'm not running. Make sure you check out that code for like best practices and exactly how you should do
it. I don't know how far you guys want to go with this app, but once you dive into auth, of course, there's so much to it with JWTs. Like, because right now we're just throwing in local storage, which is fine until that token expires, right? And now all of a sudden you need a whole like refresh process.
Yeah, I mean we're storing the refresh token, which I'm assuming is long-lived, and the access token is slightly shorter-lived.
Exactly.
And so when it fails, we'll have to attempt the refresh token, and then if the refresh token fails, then we'll have to just clear it all out and make you log in again.
Log them out. Yeah, so there's a lot there. The JWT auth plugin we're using, it actually sends back a new pair of JWTs with every successful request.
Oh, cool.
So fun factoid. So what you can do in your app just to bump like the expiration out, what you can do is every time you make any kind of request, just grab the new tokens and throw them in local storage. So then your refreshes need to happen less often. So that's kind of a cool thing.
Right.
But then, you need to do the manual refresh if it's
right.
Yeah, if they haven't been to the site in like a year or however long the expiration is.
Yeah.
We probably don't need to worry about that. It can just fail, but we could just grab the refresh token. So if you're visiting the site regularly, it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. And one interesting thing too, the app I built where I had all this auth functionality, I wanted the current user's like logged in status. I wanted in state, so the parts of my app would just like the moment, as soon as it expired, parts of my app would just re-render to, hide gated content and show a login screen instead, that kind of thing. But I found that, if you just throw it in a cookie or local storage, of course, that's outside of React, like you'd have to actively be polling or checking for that or whatever. So what I ended up doing is Apollo client has this thing called reactive variables that you can use. So you call their like make var function, and you feed it some initial data. And you can keep updating that like whenever you want, and it's reactive. So then whenever that data changes, any component anywhere in your React app that uses that auth data, it just gets updated on the fly.
Cool.
So it ended up being a cool solution for that.
Man, next dev mode is super slow.
Yeah, because you're rendering all of the
Yeah.
people at a time. Probably want to paginate that. And then do some infinite scrolling.
Yeah, we can do that next time.
Yeah.
All right, so now we need to log in. Which this should be easy, right?
Yep. Not too bad.
Probably have the same error issue.
Do what?
You'll probably get the same error issue where it'll pop back with some HTML, escaped HTML or something.
Yeah, for this mutation, there are 6 possible error messages. There's empty email, empty username, invalid email, invalid username, and then empty password, incorrect password.
And so in this one, does it do the, like if we're going to pass in email, right? Or username, doesn't matter.
I think you can pass. Yeah, you can pass either. So even though the field in the mutation says username, you can pass any. Yeah, the email just works just as well.
Okay. But they're gonna. But if there's no @ if somebody just decides to go in and not use @ now it's gonna say username versus email or something.
Yeah. So if people sign up for the site using our form, then presumably like they did use an email. But you're right. If somebody like was added to WordPress manually or whatever, and
yeah, like I have an account on there that doesn't have my email as the username.
Yeah, so I think yours would come back as invalid username.
I also don't know how this would work as like our WP Engine SSO accounts, but we don't have to go into that.
I don't know how that works.
Hey, Matt, you need to grab the Apollo client VS Code extension too. Then you get syntax highlighting inside of your GraphQL operations.
Nice. Let's find it.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. Then it makes them really readable.
This?
Yep. Yeah, so you see syntax highlighting, and even you can click through to, if you have fragments or whatever, you can click through and it'll go to definition or whatever.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Go to the fragment. It's pretty slick.
Oh, 2.5 stars. Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
Oh, there it is in all its glory.
There it is. Beautiful. Cool. All right. So we have that.
And one change here, I think the JWT auth token and refresh token, I think those are actually outside of the user object.
Oh, for this one?
For this mutation.
It showed up here.
Okay. That could have changed. I could be wrong. That could have changed, but it used to be that
there is a refresh token and auth token here too, though.
Okay. Maybe try both. You want to like fire it off and try both to see what works.
You could just fire it off in here and check.
Right.
Oh yeah.
With your test.
Yeah. How do I do this?
It's an object, email, and password.
You can autocomplete too with control space. There we go.
I'd rather take it off the
user,
right?
Yeah.
The user.
Oh, that's cool. Internal server, perfect.
There we go.
Okay.
Maybe.
There's something wrong here.
Looks okay.
Interesting.
You know what we should do? Get more helpful.
Do what?
To get more helpful feedback here, rather than just internal server.
Yeah, you got to turn on
GraphQL debug mode.
Oh yeah.
That'll get us better errors. There it is, middle one, up one, down one.
Enable GraphQL debug mode. Whether GraphQL request.
Yep, that should do
it.
I
found it eventually. Cookie is invalid.
Oh, okay. I would hard reload this page.
Yeah.
Because I think your WordPress cookie is. Did you reload this tab? I get that every once in a while if I've left graphical open for a long time.
Interesting.
What the? All right, let's think this through. So,
here's
what I think. Here's what I think is going on. I think with this particular mutation, if if the request comes to the back end and it sees that you are logged in already as one user,
I see.
and you're trying to log in as a different user,
Hmm.
an error will be thrown because it only allows one user to be logged in. So what you could do is open this up like in a standalone graphical instance, just to send an unauthenticated request.
Right.
Call it from Postman. Just call
I mean,
it from
well,
Postman.
at that point, I can just go ahead and run this.
Yeah, or just the app.
we're like almost there. So
right. We need to go code up our own GraphQL client and then try it.
Yeah, that's where we should start.
Yeah, we should go. I can do it from the node command prompt.
We can do it in Rust.
We can do it in Rust.
Beautiful.
Finally, we can do some Rust.
That'd be a cool demo. You need to do that one, Matt. Get some WebAssembly.
A little WebAssembly,
Action.
little Rust, little demo
Action going on. Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
that'd be sweet.
What is this? This is oh, I can't. Boom, boom. Type. And then boom. Wired. Button disabled equals. Is that right? Yes. That's not right though, right? It's username.
Yeah, we could do either. We could rename it there, or in the
Right.
GQL template literal, just
pass
it as one thing. But
You
then
have
use
it as
the other
email.
thing.
You have it as email in the
Good
template
point.
already, so you need to make it email.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I need what?
You have it as email, and the variable is email.
So just
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
looks good.
Wait, why is this not? All right. I need to get the error out though. Grab my All right. We're close now, I think. Need to do this is right. So this is login. Boom, 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 boom. Seem right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Although in this case, you may end up, well, I guess you could send them to their profile. It's whatever. But you may end up like redirecting them back to where they were. But we don't have to worry about that. Right. It'd be like if they try to go to a authenticated content area, you send them to log in. They'd log in. You'd send them back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Another approach I've used is like you have a React component that accepts children called auth content or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just checks like if they're logged in, show all the children, anything inside of it. If they're not, instead show the login screen. So your login form is just there, like whatever page they're on, the login form is just like where they are, and then as soon as state updates, it switches back.
Yeah, that's a lot cleaner than the refresh or the redirect stuff, but
I'm not sure what just happened.
Is it submitting? Go down to the submit.
And the submit's right here. It's got to be because it's making it disabled. So that means it's getting true for loading, but then nothing is happening.
And you're showing the errors already, right?
And
then redirecting. Yeah, all that's there.
Oh, there's data.register user. That's going to be data.login.
Where?
Nice.
In the use effect. But
that's what it is. It worked.
Oh, yeah, because you're not showing a success. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, actually, I don't even need this timeout, though.
Well, no. Yeah, no, you don't have to do that because they wouldn't submit multiple times.
I'm not going to show them you logged in successfully. I'm just going to...
Wait, but you have to
still need
set
the local
JWT.
storage.
Huh?
Yeah, we still need the local storage.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can do that up here, though. I can just do it in await instead.
Sure, and you need to send them. You need to send them somewhere.
I will, but I'm going to do it up here. It's async.
Yeah, so then you're going to want to try catch here.
Right. Does it result? I need a...
You're still going to want to check if data.login in here.
Right.
You're still going to need to check if data.login, like if data exists, data.login before you set the local storage. Otherwise, this could, it could return errors. I mean, I don't know what it does, but it could return errors and then.
Right.
So you just put that all in the try catch.
Yeah, that's typically how I would do it. Throw all that in right below the await.
Yeah, because you're not going to have data in here. You're out of scope. You don't have the right scope. So this is going to fail. We can try it, but it'll fail. It's going to fail.
Yeah.
It succeeded, but it will still fail.
Why?
Yeah. So we need those.
Oh, because
You don't have access to data out here. So you need to either put that in the try catch or put data out.
There we go. Yeah, right here.
it was the wrong data. Yay.
Hooray.
Now if we log in, send a bad password. There we go.
Incorrect underscore password. That's
Beautiful.
That's where you need that.
I've heard that someone has
when
written
Kellen
something
mentioned
to
when Kellen mentioned there are 6 possible
of
return But no, let's just keep on working through it. See if we can prompt all 6 of them.
Well, now you do.
Place the underscore. But then we got to make the first character. We need capital.
See, it's perfect. Oh wait, it's password.
No.
You can just write a function that translates snake case
It's
to
perfect.
sentence.
Perfect. You just
Beautiful.
keep replacing.
So now try
them all.
So yeah,
foolproof.
So now you need a bogus email, and then email without the @ symbol, and you get different.
So if I go
things.
like this.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, see, I needed that other one too.
Still
You need to do the snake case. Just do a snake case to sentence case.
What? Oh,
You just need to create a function that does snake case to sentence case. Real easy.
Oh, it's invalid instead of incorrect. Wow, that is
there it is. Okay. Incorrect email.
you really don't want to tell people this, but okay.
Tower Dobbs taking notes. Yeah, make sure you write that down.
Definitely this is how you do it. It's functional programming. Look how many functions.
Functional. So functional.
It's super functional. Just function. All the way down. Replace error success. Perfect.
This is how you write performance first JavaScript.
It never goes wrong.
Not replace error success.
All right. We have a login. I wouldn't call this the best code, but it's working.
Beautiful.
At least WordPress doesn't send back database errors.
Wait, I need to make sure this is putting it in my I need to make sure this is saving my token. Where is the application tab?
Yeah, that's weird. If you right click, like, are there?
I can't.
Show hide.
Something is not.
Your React, like
it's not
the React
running
thing.
again. Ugh.
No.
It's like there is no application. No, it's still doing it to me. What the?
That is weird.
What is going on?
Are you looking for like the React tab?
No, I need the application tabs. I can make sure it's saving the.
Just the Chrome application.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah, I don't know, but I can't right click here to enable it.
Oh.
Okay,
well, whatever.
Let me delete these because those are already there.
I mean, oh, you found it. How'd you get it back?
You hit the ellipsis on the side, and then you go to
There we go. All right, it worked. It worked.
More tools.
All right, it was there.
It worked.
Sweet.
Oh, easy peasy.
Okay, now do a file upload in the profile. Let's start with that.
What does it keep saying this for? What is this talking about? HTTP. Where did this come from? There. Yeah, I went to the site one time. It tried to convert it to like Norwegian or something. So I added that in there. Telling Google, like, no, it's not Norwegian. All right, soon you can log in. And now we move on to create another form where we pull back the profile.
Yeah, we forgot to do a live sync for this. We could have saved a lot.
Yeah. Should.
You mean through VS Code?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we've
cool.
done that in the past so that like you can just go in and add the typings if you know what they are. Like
Cool. Right.
not like add a ton of code in, but
Yeah, here, I'll give you guys a link. All right. What are we doing? Profile. Profile time. Let's edit our profile. Whoa. Now this is going to look an awful lot like the registration form, huh?
yeah, although there might be more stuff you want to pull in there. Like this is where you could say like connect your GitHub, connect your Twitter, add some sort of blurb about yourself, that kind of stuff.
True.
You can add custom fields to the profile, right? To WordPress profile.
Can you?
You can, yeah.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, they just get saved as user metadata.
So now where do I save this? Did we create a types file in this?
No.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why is it like sometimes it likes me, sometimes it doesn't? All right, and now we need a way to update the profile.
There's an update.
Update. Update. Wait. Update.
No. Yeah.
Update.
Update user.
Update
There it
user.
is.
You can say it as many times as you want, but
So you have to pass the ID in. That's a pain in the butt.
You do, yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
so
go
we may want to
get-
save that
anyways.
to local storage.
I'm gonna have to grab it anyways, so that's fine. I gotta populate the form with what their existing data first. So
Right.
first name, last name, email. You can't, but you don't want them to update their
AIM.
email. First name, last name, password.
Definitely.
You want them to be able to set their AIM screen name.
Yeah, we got their aim.
Yeah, WordPress definitely shows its age with some of these.
Yeah.
Jabber and AOL.
What's
Yeah,
Yum?
Jabber.
What is Yum? Yum. All right, so this will be update user. What is the ID? It's like
Just capital ID.
like that.
Thought so. Mouse over it.
Yeah, it's a capital ID exclamation point.
Oh yeah, it was just yelling at you because you hadn't used it. There we go. Yeah, so I feel like for this one you could get creative. One is when they submit the form, you send all of the values back and reset all of them, or one is another way would be like you would detect which have changed and only send those.
Mm-hmm.
The former is a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I skip a lot of.
We're optimizing for speed here.
I'm gonna go for easy.
Plowing through.
I'm gonna go for easy.
Yeah, Matt's definitely the type of developer who's like, I'll go back later and do that. And then
never
several years later, still in that.
To do
Yeah.
someday.
To do XXX.
And that the dot replace will be there indefinitely.
Yeah. This didn't work.
Oh.
Console.log here.
Have
I need a Git profile too here.
you seen those memes circulating recently on Twitter with the winking, the character from WandaVision with her winking? It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'll come back later and clean up these inline to-dos in my code. Wink. Wink.
Yes.
Like, can I not get the user by email? Oh no.
By what?
Oh yeah, I can do where. Oh no. I am gonna have to know their ID somehow.
No, you get the current user with the token.
How do I do that?
Yes. So there are two ways of doing this. One is you could like the user's ID, you could save it to local storage or even decode the JWT, and if it's inside of it, like you could get it that way. Or number two is GraphQL has a mutation called current viewer. So you could just fire that off and it'll just give you back any info about the currently logged in user. But that would take one extra HTTP request if you did it that way. But
where's the current? What is it?
Yeah, it's like current viewer, I think it's called.
I don't think current anything.
Let me find it. Query. Oh yeah, so it's if you just pop open a like query curly braces, inside of that it's just called viewer.
Yeah, it's a query, not a mutation, right?
Right.
Got it.
Viewer.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah. So you could do it this way, where the user hits the page and you fire off one request.
Is it user ID or ID? That's the question.
Go
down.
I'm hoping it's ID.
Yeah, go down. There's user ID.
I'm gonna hope it's ID. What's the difference here?
So
Well,
user
click
ID,
it and see.
user ID is actually getting deprecated. That's being removed
okay.
from WP GraphQL, and they're standardizing on just
Gotcha.
calling everything database ID.
Okay.
Yeah, so we could just worry about like, do I want the ID or database
First
ID?
name, last name. Is that all I had on there? I'll pull back the email, but you shouldn't be able to edit it. That should be good.
Should be good.
Oh, what happened?
There we go.
Viewer. All right, so now we need all kind of stuff. We need.
Yeah, so for this to work, we'll need to add an authorization header in Apollo client to tell it to send along the token.
Can I do that and use?
Yeah,
query
wherever
though?
we. No. Well, you need to. I think you can actually pass headers, but what you want to do is wherever you're getting the auth client. I don't remember where we set it up. You just want to go there and then read it out of local storage.
Yeah.
Or like there's a thing you can do. Let me.
Can I not do it right here though?
I don't know. Maybe
you might be.
You'll have to do it every time you make a query.
Well, I'm only making one query here.
Right now.
Yeah, I would just throw it where you're instantiating Apollo client, new Apollo client. You just tell it with every single request.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not really how this works.
What?
We're using the framework.
What? No, you. Oh, I see what you're saying.
But I can get the
so
client
we never.
here.
So we don't actually.
But you can set it somewhere, but we don't enable that right now. I think.
Does the framework have a way of adding Apollo links, like middleware?
Yeah, I think it does. You can add them if you have the client. So like you can do it that way. You just have to do it.
How do I add the headers to this?
Maybe. I don't know.
What is it?
I don't remember it. I haven't done this in a long time. You can do set link, I think, and then you can like add a link to it. I don't remember what the. Hold on, let me check something. I have some code to do this somewhere.
All right,
to find it.
With the framework? Well,
it might be in the framework. Yeah, that's actually the first place I should look.
Got it. Yeah, I have code to do it. Like as long as we can create our own Apollo link to add that to the chain of middleware, then I have a bunch of links for like for refreshing expired tokens. One takes the new tokens that get sent back with every request and saves those to local storage.
Oh, that'd be good. Out of the framework.
I have another link that adds the authorization header with each request.
Right.
So we can pop those in if we can figure out how to add our own link.
I mean, I can do it.
Yeah, so I think you can do it. So you basically need to grab the link that exists when you get the Apollo client, and then you create a new link, which is both of the links put together.
It might be client.link. Might be an array of all the middleware links.
Oh, it's just the link.
Yeah, it's an Apollo link. Yeah, and I think you can do .concat, and then you add your new link with which has the.
Yeah, it might work.
You have it. But I don't want to do this a bunch of times, right?
Yeah, you want to do it in one place. So like, they have documentation for it on Apollo.
Yeah, I linked it in Zoom and Slack. Matt, if you want.
But you don't want to do this here. You want to do it at like the under app level or something somewhere. You know, like where you have the...
Is it going to look for that in the local storage, basically?
Let me think about how you would do this. Well, you would create this. You end up creating the link, and you use a context that goes into local storage, looks for the values, and applies a header.
Yeah.
So
you can pull them from wherever you want.
Yeah. But the problem here, I'm trying to think of how you can do this because...
Yeah.
Like you have to do it inside of that provider.
Right.
Essentially. So I'm trying to think of how you can do that.
Yeah, it's almost like I need...
I mean, really what you could do is just create a function somewhere where you pass in, and you call it from the pages where you know you have authenticated data, and then you can pass in the client and it'll do it for that client.
Right. Let's do it.
It makes sense.
So you just do it at the page level.
Yeah.
But you create a function in like a util somewhere that like does the client addition given an Apollo client or something, or the link addition. And then any page you know that's going to need the authenticator requests, you just call that function and it returns the client.
I don't even need that. Yeah. I need to pass in the client.
You just, pass in the Apollo client and it'll just append the link that you want to it.
Right. Wait, what did you say this was one time?
Normalized cache object.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
You're saying to do a new link or concat to the other one?
I think you need to concat the other one because I don't think set link.
So.
I think set link overrides it. So you need to like get the link and concat. But concat isn't going to work like this, or maybe it does. But my guess is you need to then set link with the new concatenated link.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to do like client.setlink, client.link.concat.
I gotcha.
Is setlink a real method that exists?
Yeah,
it is.
Okay.
You also can just create a new Apollo client, but I
did you guys give me the code for this?
It's in Zoom and
sure.
Slack.
Where in Slack? I'm not
in
here.
Team DevRel.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't see it in there, but yeah, I see. But do this.
Yeah, just something as simple as that link right there. So for you, line 103 would just be grabbing it from local storage.
Wait.
Yeah, and then we'll need to grab Apollo link from.
Yeah, it's in. Yeah, okay.
Was it not liking here?
Well, you need to grab the actual token from local storage too, but.
Right. Yeah, I will. Why is it not liking this though? Arguing of type. Observable.
Oh, you need to return. You need to return the operation at the end, or return forward operation. So you actually want to do here. I didn't copy all of it. I just copied a little bit. Weird.
I need to return.
There it is. There's like here. I sent it to you, and you actually want to do that, and then concat the current client link is my guess, rather than do the client link and then cat what you have.
You want me to just create this? You mean?
Yeah. Just do this and then concat the current client link.
I think the link I sent is a bit easier.
It probably is.
Apollo just has a set context function
Oh, yeah.
that
Okay.
you just call. So instead of the stuff where we're doing operation dot set context, you can just call. Yeah, because here we're up instantiating Apollo link.
You're saying here this set context?
Yeah, just that thing. So you could import use context from Apollo and then just give it that object back with one header added.
Although you still need to like, I don't know if this is the case, but you have to forward the way the forward works is it's like next in Express, whereas it's
Right.
like go to the next middleware. So we need to create one that says go to the next middleware and then concatenate the headless framework middleware.
I think I've never had any problems with this one. I think if you call set context directly like this, then it makes whatever change to the headers you've made and then goes to the next one.
Okay.
And that may be different from our original implementation where we were actually calling new Apollo link and doing it
so let's just
differently.
do it this way then.
Yeah, so then
Where's this coming from though?
it's from Apollo, I believe.
Yeah, but we're still going to have to reset the link at the end to concatenate this.
Right.
What are you looking for?
Apollo auth data.
Oh, that's just my function.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
For you that just needs to be local storage.get item.
Oh, right.
Just grab your auth token from local storage. And then since this is a next app, we should keep SSR in mind as well. So we just before we try to grab from local storage, we can just do a window type of window check.
Yeah. You also only want to do this if it exists, because if you try to do it,
right,
it'll error if you just send in a random one.
Well, I'm going to say like DOT. And then,
yeah.
So it won't set anything if it's.
Yeah.
But now I need to add this to.
Yeah, client.
Yeah. So now my guess is you need to do client dot set link or client dot link equals. It's probably set link.
What do you mean?
Because this is just gonna it's like when you do array.concat, it doesn't set the value of the array to the concat.
Yeah, it's a not.
And I don't know if that's how this works, but it probably.
It seems like it's probably like an array, but.
And then Matt, line 10, or I guess line 11. I would just do a window type of window equals undefined check, for SSR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't do anything if you're not on the client.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just wrap that, GWT, we could set it to one thing if we're on the server versus something else.
Yeah, true. It might not like that.
I don't.
You might need to say like type of window equals undefined. It might error with that, with just that. Even that might error because it might not actually, because I don't know what TypeScript does, but I just say type of window equals undefined.
Yeah. Also, do we need to return the client at the end? Like after we call client.setLink, we're done.
Yes. Yeah, you want to return the new client at the end. I mean, I think this will work, but you can continue using it, but it's probably good practice to do that. Type of window equals string undefined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we're server side, I think there's like a is server side somewhere, but it's fine.
That all looks good now. And now we just need the actual name of it. Or it actually is JWT, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm afraid. I guess what I'm thinking is like this is going to concat a bunch of these to it. Like if we call this a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Only call it from the header.
Only call it.
Or from the page. Sorry.
Oh, right. But if that page refreshes or anything.
Well, then it should be a refresh screen, right?
True.
Yeah, as long as it's high enough in your app, I think where it would only.
You can also just put a toggle in here and toggle it to true, and then check if it's true.
Right.
And then in there, not off or off. Okay, that's good.
That works, right?
Yep.
Yep, that all looks good.
I'll do this higher up just in case.
And just for safe measure, I would do authLink.concat client.link. It'll do this first. Instead of client.link.concat authLink, I would do authLink.concat client.link. Because I don't know.
Switch the order.
Yeah, I don't know how the framework is doing it, and I don't want to take a chance that it's not doing it the right way.
Good thought.
Like that?
Yeah.
Seems all right. Probably not. All right, so we get the JWT, you add the bearer token, fits there. But this is in the function, so it'll happen every time. So if you add it later, it's fine. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then here, I want to say, get Apollo client, and then that. Right? We good?
Yes.
Looks good, yep.
And then we're going to do...
Well,
I'm not worried about
does
this
it?
part yet. Now we'll do use query get profile, and then we need to...
Wait.
Whoa,
No.
What?
You're not going to get Apollo client. You're going to use client. You want use client.
Oh.
When does our add auth header get called?
Right there. I mean, line 47 is fine, but
okay.
And I would make that add auth header with a lowercase a, because I don't know what it is with you and like capital letters with this, but it's gonna drive me insane just looking at it.
And we could probably do a one-liner too,
There's
right?
a lot of C#, man.
And back in that first file, I think we could just a one-liner
Yeah, just
would look nice and clean. Just wrap one function with the other. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like that. So you grab the client, run it through ours, and then.
All right. Now I have the client.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to.
So yeah, so I'm thinking our
I don't
our
even need
initial
the client.
test.
I just need to add the auth header.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the query is just going to work, right, Will?
Well, here's a thought. Is use query going to use the right auth client?
Right. That's what I mean.
Right.
We pulled it. I mean, it should. I don't think I need it. I think I can just do this. We're about to find out. Let's see.
I think that's right. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
We're going to find out very quickly. I remember that's right. It's colon, right? All right. So then I need to put in
this makes me think that the framework actually needs to be written where you supply it whatever you want to do to make queries, and then it just makes the queries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way, all that can be handled outside of it. It doesn't stipulate against like using some other library as long as it just implements the interface for it.
I'm not worried about the password yet. All right, so we go get the data. Take that out. Let's take the password out.
So actually, Matt, I think we're missing one level of nesting. I think it would be user.viewer.first name.
Yeah.
I do what?
It would be user.viewer.first name. Right now, you're just doing user.first name when you grab those values.
Yeah, sorry. Hang on. I needed to. This is.
Okay.
My mind was elsewhere.
No worries.
All right. What are you saying?
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't rename data right there.
User.viewer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep it as data.
And they can do data.
Well, I'm going to have another data when I get the mutation. So I wanted to rename
it. Well, now it's going to be viewer.viewer.
Right.
No, it's viewer.user. I got it. Right?
Wait.
No. It's viewer.
No, it's viewer.viewer. Yeah.
I thought it was like the mutation, but I got you. I got you.
So if you do that, now it should be user.viewer.first name.
Oh, I see. Leave it as data.
I would just leave it as data. Yeah, now you can just do data.viewer.whatever.
Okay.
That works. Yep. Yeah.
All right. I feel like something's not right. What's this D? Oh, just the random. Cannot find name profile. Thought I already did that. Okay. All right. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Ready for this to not work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. My confidence level is very low on this one, to be honest.
Yeah, mine too. I have to drop in a few minutes, you guys.
Okay. Yeah, we're almost done. If this works, if this just
usually ends at 2. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 5, 6. No. 5, 4, or 2. All right.
Uh-oh. Const profile. Profile's already been declared.
Oh, profile. Just call it profile page or something. Const profile page.
Can't resolve. Oh, it's
All right. Test 1. Does the page load? It
the
does.
page
Success.
does load.
Step 2.
Failed 500 internal service error.
Nice.
We're missing our button too, right? No submit button.
Yeah, we're getting a 500, which is what we were getting. They put the headers in there, so
Sweet. That's good. If you go to preview, do we get any error text coming back?
yeah, we're getting that same thing actually.
Expand that. Expand that though.
Oh wait, it worked.
Wait, expand it.
Works in the admin.
Yeah, expand the errors. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if because I wonder.
Is it expired? Just try to log in.
Yeah,
It's a good,
again.
it's a good thought. Yeah. Yeah. For the auth token, the default expiration is something like 3 or 5 minutes. You know.
Oh yeah, then it's probably expired.
It's very short.
Oh great.
Error. We can't log in anymore.
Oh, now we have the JWT being added. Oh boy.
When it fails, you need to catch the failure
Yeah.
and remove it or something. But you have to catch a particular type of failure, I guess.
All right, so that,
and really when you log in, you should just clear the token.
It still failed here though. Same thing. And it added the token.
So it failed. This is the request to get the viewer. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I wonder it. Wait, no.
Is this the viewer query?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is to get the viewer.
The viewer. So what I would, if this was me building the app, what I would do is,
yeah, it's the viewer.
Is it? If this was me building the app, what I would do at this point is open a standalone instance of graphical, like not in the WordPress admin, and there's a little like headers button, right? So I just do bearer : and then paste that in, and try to fire it off there. And if it still fails, then it's something on the server.
Where can I pull that up?
Yeah, just do Postman or something.
Yeah, or Postman. Does Postman have GraphQL support? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it works too then. Yeah, then you can isolate, like, is it my client app is the problem, or is it, the actual input arguments?
It's
all right. Yeah, it's 5 my time, so I have to drop you guys.
All right,
cool.
See
you, man.
All right. Happy coding.
See ya.
Catch you later, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. So yeah. Then you add the header,
which is
authorization. I would hope that it's not because the key is lowercase.
Yeah, let's hope not.
I mean, it is lowercase in here, but I would hope that it catches authorization headers.
Right.
Like that.
Now I need the body. Query. Code authorization required.
Authentication required.
Authentication. I guess that could have expired.
So whatever that is, that isn't. Yeah, we just need to get a new one.
Yeah, let me grab a new one just in case. All right. Nope. What could it be? Authorization bearer. Oh, that's right. BEARER. Okay.
I wonder if it's the plugin doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you technically have 2 authorization modules. Like I would just go, you can't even do it, but you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It should work though, I would think.
Well, no.
I mean, both of the filters are going to run.
Yeah, but the filter that runs that checks might be, I mean, I don't know, but one of them might be saying like, hey, use the secret to decode this, and then it doesn't decode right.
I mean, I can disable the other. I can disable it again. Real quick.
We actually don't even need it enabled, right? Like it's not doing anything. We don't have posts on this site. We're doing all like custom content.
It stopped working last time. So that's still not working though.
Try doing login. Like go copy the login stuff into another Postman window.
GraphQL. All right, and we want
Password.
It's like blanking. Invalid argument.
Expects multi-part form. What?
What is it talking about?
Can it not do mutations? Is that what we're dealing with here?
It should be able to. Oh, does this have to be a do I need to wrap this? Like
Yeah, potentially. No.
Invalid argument post objects. Yeah, post object expects multi-part form. Wait, did I type this in? No, that is right. Wait, oh, site's not available. Oh, it's down. What?
Oh.
What happened?
Took your site down.
Wait, but it's not down. What happened?
Let me see. Oh, it's not down for me.
Can you get the GraphQL?
Yeah.
I can too. All right, there he goes. I wonder if I just had this wrong. Oh, I didn't have A. That's all right, that looks better at least. Now I can take this over here. Ah, same thing though.
Okay, now, but what are is it telling you the more specific errors in here? The trace?
This is what we were getting in the IDE for a minute though. Let me disable the plugin. Now it works. The plugin is
yeah. So
All
so
right.
the plugin, you have competing
Yeah.
things that are trying to decode the header, and they need to be passive, but they're not. Okay, but you don't need the plugin to make the site run.
Yeah, I guess not.
Because we're not calling posts or anything, and we could probably just get a PR in there to fix it or something.
All right, well, we found a problem. That was good. See if this still works without it enabled though.
No, you have to not. Oh no, because you need the templates. Oh.
All right, we're gonna have to submit a PR. We've hit our limit today, but we have found a bug in the framework, so we will fix that.
Sweet.
Ooh, that was fun though. We got pretty far. I mean,
yeah,
we're just working at this point. I won't check that part in. I turned it back on, so the site should work for people.
But this is good. This is valuable because now we found the bug.
Found the issue. Yeah, we need to make sure we log that and knock it out next week.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened was we since we installed the JWT auth thing, our plugin, the Headless Framework plugin, sees the authorization header, tries to decode it with our secret, and then it's like, I don't know what this is. This isn't right. And then it just rejects it, essentially. When we should just pass it along and say, we don't know what it is, but we'll let it go through anonymous and let the next one pick it up, essentially. So, seems like a pretty quick fix, right? Will?
Yeah, I don't think it's that big. It just needs to fail silently. There's probably, if we alert the team, they'll know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what we have to do there.
Cool.
And then on the front end, maybe make it an easier way to like get into that auth header or get into the Apollo link or something.
Right. Yeah. No, there's definitely something.
But I was actually thinking that a better way might be to have the front end framework make queries using some sort of interface where you can supply how you fetch the queries. So it doesn't, and then like you could supply a way to cache it or something like that.
Right.
And we have like a default adapter for it that uses Apollo, but by default it actually doesn't have anything baked in that makes the queries for you. And it just expects like a fetch interface or something.
Right. Yeah, Dominique, thanks for watching. We'll definitely be back next week. We'll have this fixed. This isn't that big. Just a little bug we haven't tried to do before. I had been thinking that you would just use the OAuth all the time, but that would
but it works in a specific scenario, and in other scenarios, it's a better user experience to be front end, logging in from the front end, right?
Right. Yeah. And
So
you also
gotta think
want
about
to
that.
log in from the front end if you're like a mobile app.
Yeah.
It'd be better. So,
Which I actually think you could do these things. Like,
yeah, we can see
you could probably,
users register.
I don't remember, but you could probably do it with the plugin. I just don't remember.
We
how to do
have
it right now.
registered users.
Oh, nice.
So it is working.
Cool.
Thanks for joining, Lucas. Glad you guys are getting something out of it. Yeah, so we'll fix that in the framework. We'll push it up. Next week, we'll finish this part up and maybe add some paging so we can do some pagination. As we get more devs in here, we don't want to have like hundreds of them showing up. And I'd like to be able to link Twitter so that instead of you clicking on a user and then going to Twitter and then following and then coming back to the site, you can just like click follow next to each one.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have you register and then you can like link your GitHub and Twitter accounts.
Right.
And then we can go and like fill out what languages you use using GitHub.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
we can
cool.
Fill out. We can, actually link you to the person on Twitter and then have you able to follow and like and retweet
Right.
or something.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, go out and play around and see you next time. Happy coding.
See you guys.
See ya.